Namhla siyokhuluma ngamafushane
Just in short today,
amaqoma amabili amabhaskiti amabili.
I'd like to speak about these two baskets.
Umprofeti wabona lamabhaskiti agcwele umkhiwane. Elodwa ibhaskiti beli namakhiwane amahle. Elinye beli namakhiwana amabuhluleko nokuwadla.
Jeremiah the prophet saw two baskets, one full of very good figs, the other very bad figs, so bad that they could not be eaten.
Wayesembuza uNkulunkulu Jeremiah,
And then
ubonani?
God asked Jeremiah, "What do you see?"
Kusho ukuthi uNkulunkulu befuna ukuthi uJeremiah abone lokhu akubonayo ngoba abanye bayabona kodwa babonisisi.
God wanted Jeremiah to look and to see properly, because some people look and they don't see properly.
Wayesethi ngibona amabhaskiti amabili, elodwa linama khiwane amahle, elinye linamakhiwana ezimbi.
He could see two baskets full, one full of bad figs, the other good.
Empeleni ke la akhulunywa ngezithelo
It's not,
zomkhiwane.
it's actually not speaking about fruit or figs.
Kodwa kukhulunywa ngabantu.
It's speaking here of people.
Abanye bahle, abanye babi.
Some good, some bad.
uNebukadnesari wathuma abantu, wathatha abantu abaningi baseJerusalema, wabayisa le elukhuzeni, ekuthunjweni abaqhamuka la.
King Nebuchadnezzar had taken into exile many of the Jews who were from here.
uNkulunkulu wayesethi uma umuntu elalela nokulalela engimtshela kona,
And
nazi ibusiso eziyomlandela.
God had said, if a person diligently hearkens unto my word, here are the blessings.
Athi kodwa uma ungalaleli, unenkani, unentamo elikhuni, usho ukuthi uzobanjwe njengamakhiwane amabi.
But if you are hard of hearing and stiff-necked, then you will be like these bad figs.
Manje abanye bebele eBhabheli, wathi uNkulunkulu noma nile ekuthunjweni, uma nilalela nokulalela izwi lami, ningithobele, nibe mkhiwane omuhle, ngizonibusisa, futhi ngizobuye nginithathe nginibuyisele ekhaya lakini.
And God said, even if many of you have been exiled far away into the land of Babylon, nevertheless, if you listen to my word and bow before me, listen to me diligently, I will bless you there. And one day I will return all of you back home.
Noma nila ekhaya,
Whether you're at home,
uma ningalaleli, ninenkani, ningakwenze engikushoyo, niyoqalekiswa khona la ekhaya.
even if you are right here at home, if you do not diligently listen to the word of the Lord, you will find a curse even here.
Izinto emhlabeni zitholwa ngokuphila.
You find blessing through spiritual vitality and life.
Kodwa uma ungamphileli uNkulunkulu uhlele ezonweni uzothola okubi.
If you are not living for the Lord, then and you are living in sin, you will suffer the consequences of evil.
Ungathi hawu ini ukuthi abanye babusiseke kodwa mina ngingabusiseki. Ini kube nje ngehlelwe okunje. Kanti amakhiwane aseqomeni ebhaskini lakho mabi.
You might complain, why is it that others seem so blessed and I am not? Well, it could be that you are in the basket of bad figs.
Uma ufuna okuhle
If you want to receive good,
uqonde ukuthi izinto zitholwa ngokuphila. Phila uphilela uNkulunkulu khona uzothola okuhle.
you only receive real blessing through being made alive by God. Then you experience good.
Uma uyiqoma lezithelo ezinhle nazi ibusiso ozohlangana nazo.
And if you are in this basket of good figs, many are the blessings that you will meet up with.
uNkulunkulu uthi amehlo azoba phezu kwakho ukuze uthole okuhle.
God says, my eyes will be upon you so that you will receive good.
Noma usekuthunjweni
Even in exile,
lekude
Far away.
kuhluphekeni ebugqileni
in slavery,
uNkulunkulu uzokubuyisa
God
endaweni yakho yezibusiso.
will bring you home to that place of blessing.
Athi uNkulunkulu ngizokwakha
God says, I will build you up.
ngeke nginisephune njengokukhula nginilahle.
I will not pluck you out like weeds to throw away.
Ngizontshala
I will plant you.
ngeke ngindedele nisuke nibune ngilahleke.
I won't allow you to just wither away and be lost.
Athi ngizobanika futhi inhliziyo engaziyo.
And I will give you a heart that knows me.
Nizoba ngabantu bakhe
You will be my people.
yena be uNkulunkulu wenu.
And he says that he will be your God.
Uma nimkhonza nibuyele kuye ngenhliziyo yenu yonke.
If you return to him with all your heart,
Ikupho ngcono emhlabeni kunalokhu esikutholayo esengiyifundele kona eBhayibhelini.
is there anything else in the world as wonderful as this which we read in God's word?
Ukuze umazi uNkulunkulu ube umntwana wakhe
To know the Lord, to be his
wakhelwe
child,
phezu kwakhe yena be uNkulunkulu wakho.
to be his child, and he your God.
Kodwa uma uyikhonke inhliziyo yakho
If, however, you harden your heart,
uyenza ibelikhuni
making it hard,
ungalaleli uNkulunkulu
refusing to listen to him,
uyihambele nje
going your own way,
maye amabhadi ozohlukana hlangana nawo nokuhlupheka nosizi.
many are the troubles, the sufferings, and the miseries that you will meet up with.
Ngakho ke mphilela uNkulunkulu.
Therefore, live for the Lord.
Ngishilo ukuthi la amadododwa
Now, I've said that
Asinayo nendawo yamantombazana
that
yabesifazane.
these are men only who've come for help from drugs. We don't yet have enough room for girls, for females.
Hayi ukuthi abesifazane abanawo amaphutha.
Not that girls are without their problems.
Ngizonixoxela ngentombazane yaseMelika.
I'll tell you a story of a particular girl from America.
Wasuka waya kudokotela ubegula.
She was ill, she went to the doctor.
Manje odokotela emakamelweni abo uma ungena banetafula bese babe namabhuku.
Now, normally in doctors' rooms, you'll find that in the waiting room there's a table together with books and things you can read.
Ngoba ungafika kanti udokotela usabhizi kanti wena uzohlupheka kodwa ungathatha ibhuku ulifunde chithi isizungu sakho.
And it's there simply that if the doctor takes time and you have to wait, that you are occupied by reading these books and things.
Yona ke yahlala yabuka itafula.
Now, she sat there looking at the table.
Wabona incwadi
She
ezahlukeneyo.
saw various magazines and books.
Phakathi kwazo wabona incwadi eyodwa emnyama bhuqe.
One of the books caught her attention. It was black.
Wayesethe hey cisho kwiBhayibheli.
And then she thought, it must be a Bible.
Wathi ngiyakhumbula ngifunda esikoleni ngemiyalo eyishumi kodwa angazi nokuthi leyo myalo ithini. Bengifunda kodwa ngingafunisisi noma ngiye esikoleni ngingalaleli ngizenzele ngikuthandayo.
She remembered that when she had been at school, they had spoken something about a certain 10 commandments, but she had not paid attention.
Wayesethi angenithathe lencwadi emnyama iBhayibheli ubengalazi engazange aliphathe ngezandla.
She had never taken a Bible for herself, but she decided to take this book.
Wasuka walithatha wayivulela
And
iBhayibheli
she simply turned it open, and
engazi ukuthi uvulaphi.
opening it just randomly, not knowing where.
Kodwa lapho elivula
And when she opened it,
wavula la kushiwo lakhulunywa ngayo imiyalo eyishumi.
she turned to that very spot where it speaks about the 10 Commandments.
Ku-Exodus isahluko sangamashumi amabili
Found in
20.
Exodus 20.
Wayise evula efunda khona.
She opened it and read it there.
Uma eseqala ukufunda wafunda umyalo wokuthi ungabulali.
And one of the commandments she read was, "You shall not kill."
Wathi hawu kuyini lokho?
And so she
Uthi
wondered
ungabulali.
what it meant.
You shall not murder.
Ungabulali.
Yamhlaba lelozo enhlizweni.
That word convicted her in her heart.
Wathi hawu kodwa mina sekuyikhathi ezishumi nesithupha engakhulelwa
And
ngazo.
she remembered that she had been pregnant 16 times.
Ikhathi ezishumi nesithupha ekhulelwe.
16 pregnancies she had had.
Wahamba kwabachitha inzalo.
And each one she had aborted.
Wabulala ingane zakhe ezo-16.
She had killed 16 of her children.
wayivala incwadi
She closed the book.
waqala
She
uqhaqhazela
began to tremble.
washayiwa uvalo
She was frightened.
wakhala inyembezi
She wept.
wakhala zehla inyembezi
Her tears ran down
ngalezi ingane eziyishumi nesithupha ingane zakhe ayibulele
thinking of the fact that she had murdered 16 of her babies.
wehluleka ukuhlala
She couldn't sit still.
wavuka
She
waya
got up.
ku-receptionist wakhe
Went to the
eya
receptionist.
kulowo ogada khona
Went to the receptionist of the doctor's rooms.
wathi udokotela usabhizi yini
She said, "Is the doctor still busy?"
wathi yebo usabhizi
The receptionist said, "Yes, indeed."
wathi hawu ngidinga ukumbona
She
ngokushesha
said, "I must see him quickly."
wathi ke umbone manje ubhizi
The receptionist said,
Nomunye.
"Not now, he's busy with a patient."
wathi ngidinga ukumbona
She insisted.
awungene kuye umtshele ukuthi ngihluphekile ngidinga ukumbona
She said, "Please go in and see if it's possible. Tell him I'm troubled. I must see him."
wangena
The receptionist went in,
leyo ntombazana yangena
and then this girl was allowed to go in.
ngathi ngiyaxolisa dokotela
She said,
kodwa
"Doctor,"
kukhona intombazana la
the receptionist,
okhalayo zehla inyembezi kuyagobhoza nje kube ngathi usemzimeni kodwa ngazi ukuthi yini
the receptionist went in and said, "Doctor, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but there's a girl out there in the waiting room. She is just weeping profusely. I don't know what it is."
wathi mngenisi
And the doctor said, "Bring her in."
uma isengena zehla inyembezi
And as she went in, her tears were still running,
ugobhoza zona inyembezi
flooded by tears.
wathi dokotela uma isembuza ukuthi ntombi uhlushwa yini
When the doctor asked her, "Young lady, what's the problem?"
wathi
She responded,
ngabona incwadi emnyama
"I saw a black book out there
ngase ngithi ibhayibheli
and thought it might be a Bible,
ibhayibheli bengingalazi
which I had never read. I didn't know."
ngalithatha
I took it,
ngalivula
I opened it,
kanti uma sengifunda do not kill
ngafunda la.
ungabulali
I read there, "Do not kill, do not murder."
uthi lapho ngiyifunda leyo nto yangihlaba enhlizweni ngacabanga ukuthi mina sengabulala iy'ngane zami eziyishumi nesithupha
She said, "Doctor, when I read it, I felt so terrible thinking that I have killed 16 of my babies.
sengibulele baby iy'ngane zami eziyishumi nesithupha
16 of my children."
wathi angazi ngizokhululeka kanjani ngiyosinda kanjani nginezono ezingaka nginegazi eliningi kangaka labantu ababeseduze nenhliziyo yami
She said, "How can I ever?"
ezingavela ehlathini kodwa ezami
She said, "How can I ever be saved? For I have shed blood of innocent babies that were so close to my heart, my own children."
wathi angazi ukuthi ngizokwenza njani dokotela
She said, "Doctor, I just don't know what to do."
wayesethi
He then said,
bheka
"Look,
iBhayibheli leli lithi noma zibomvu rhebu ziyakuba mhlophe njengeliqhwa.
He said, the Bible also says, though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow.
Uma uzivuma,
If you confess
uzisola,
your sins
uzilahla,
and you condemn yourself,
and if you've got godly sorrow,
uma udabukile ngobuNkulunkulu,
uyisole ngezono zakho, uJesu wakufela onqamule ezweni,
Jesus died for you on the cross,
wathwala lezi zono.
and he carried these very sins, he said,
Ukuthi ukhululeke.
so that you might be forgiven and freed.
La eDendele esibhedlela
I remember in Edendale Hospital,
bekhona intombazana
there was a certain girl,
ibigula njalo
a very sickly girl, often ill,
ahluleka ukuya esikoleni.
couldn't go to school regularly.
Aye ezangomeni
She tried the witches,
abazali
Witch doctors.
bamthatha bamisa khona
The parents-
bathi ingane yethu iyagula ayiphili.
took her to the witch doctors and said, our child is ill all the time.
Wathi kukhona umbulele.
And the witch doctor said, well, there's somebody who has bewitched her.
Intombazana yajabula yathi isono sami somfana ngeke sivelobala.
And the girl actually was happy to hear that diagnosis so that it would not come to light about her sin with the opposite sex.
Hayi inyanga imnika umuthi kodwa igazi beliqhubeka uchitheka ugula njalo isifo besingapheli waze wancipha wabamncane.
Though the witch doctor gave her medicine, it helped for naught. She just became more sick than before and continued to hemorrhage.
Hayi isicino bamise eDendele sibhedlela.
Finally, she was
Leso sikhathi asikho isibhedlela esihle njenge eDendela.
She was taken to Edendale Hospital. At that time, in that era, there was no hospital as good as that one.
Leso sibhedlela besanda ukwakhiwa
It had just been built.
bamisa khona.
So they took her there.
Amandla ayehla yale ntombazana.
But she became weaker and weaker.
Ngesinye isikhathi acimeze
Sometimes she would close her eyes,
athule.
be so quiet.
Onesi bathi hey mhlawumbe useyahamba
That the nurses
usezoshiya.
thought, well, now she is dying.
Abuya phaphame.
And then she would wake up again.
Ngelinye ilanga
One day,
kwaba yikho lokho
the same thing.
baze bacabanga usezophuma umphefumulo.
And they thought her soul is, she's about to die. Her soul is going to leave her.
Kanti emva kwesikhathi waphaphama.
But then she awoke again.
Unesi wagoba
And the nurse then,
usistela.
the nursing sister bent
Athi
over
yini na?
and got close to her asking,
Ekhala.
what's the matter? Because the girl was crying.
Ingane yasuka yathi ngiyisono esikhulu.
This girl said, I'm a terrible sinner.
Nginegazi ezandleni zami.
I have blood on my hands.
Ngibulala ingane zami.
I've killed my babies.
Uma ngithi ngiya ngena ezulwini
And as I wanted to enter into heaven,
na intombazana imi phambi kwami
there was a little girl standing in front of me.
imhlophe inhle ubuso buyakhanya kwangathi udoli.
A beautiful looking girl, a lovely face, like a doll.
Intombazana wayesethe entombazaneni awudede ngidlule ngoba ngifuna ukungena kuleyo nkazimulo ngibona izulu livulekile
She said,
ngithi ngiyangena khona.
I want to go into heaven, get out of my way.
Intombazana yathi, hawu wena uma wami mama uwena wangibulalayo mama uwe njalo wangibulala.
The little girl said, Mother, is it you? You are the one who killed me.
Wathi keke ngidede endleleni.
And the little girl said, I will not get out of your way.
Yami endleleni.
It stood right there.
Uma etshela usistele emhlebele endlebeni.
And as,
Emtshela ukuthi ingane yathi keke ngidede endleleni.
and as she was relating this dream, this experience to the nurse, saying that the little girl said to me, I will not get out of your way,
Intombazana yafa.
she died.
Yama. Yena unina wafa.
She, the mother of this baby.
Niyabona isona
You see,
singena ezulwini.
Sin does not enter into heaven.
Noma ungathi uyathandaza,
Doesn't matter how much you
noma
pray,
ungenzani,
whatever you might, works you might do,
isono sakho siyokuma phambi kwakho njalo. Noma usubona izulu livulekile, ngeke ukwazi ungena.
even if you see heaven open, but you yourself cannot enter.
Uma uthi uyangena iyovuleka, valeka iminyango
The
yezulu
gates of heaven
ngenxa yesono. La ezulwini akungeni isono.
will be closed to sin.
Kodwa uma wonile, uma khona abanye phakathi kwethu abonile, uyasikhumbula isono sakho.
Maybe you know, you who are in our midst today, you remember your sin.
Uma ufuna ukusizakala,
If you want help,
woza kuJesu.
come to Jesus.
Ngenhliziyo yakho yonke uyilahle, uvume izono zakho,
Cast yourself,
uyisole ngezono zakho.
cast yourself with sorrow at his feet,
Uthi
pleading with him,
Nkosi Jesu ngiyazinikela kuwe.
and tell the Lord Jesus that you surrender, you give yourself to him.
Vele uthi Nkosi na impilo yami nginikele ngayo.
Tell him, Lord, here are my sins, here is my life.
Konke nginakho nginikela kuwe.
I give,
Igolide lami,
I surrender
isiliva lami, indlu yami, amagugu ami, konke nginikela ngakho.
I surrender all, Lord, to thee. Everything that I have, my house, my gold, my silver, all is yours.
Konke enginakho Nkosi Jesu
All I have, Lord Jesus,
nginikela kuwe namhlanje.
is totally surrendered to you today.
Ngikhumbula umfundisi waseHolland.
I remember a certain Dutch minister
Waya kwelinye izwe ukuba lishumayela ivangeli.
This Dutch minister went to another country to preach.
Kodwa uma esekulelo zwe
But why-
efika ebona abantu behleli bengenzi lutho,
But
wathi angenzi ingadi, angilimi insimu, ngitshala ukudla.
And he found the people there lazy, doing nothing, no production. He decided to plant a garden to grow food.
Watshala no pineapple ngoba ubethanda pineapple.
He loved pineapples and he planted pineapples.
watshala zonke izinto.
He planted other things too.
Kodwa
However,
abantu bakhona
the people there
babe nesipho sokuntshontsha.
had the gift of stealing.
Uma upineapple
And when,
usuthanda ukuvuthwa,
and when the pineapples were about to ripen, they're getting there,
bafika basephule isigaxa bahambe naso.
they came and pulled it out and off they went with it.
Umfundisi katholanga lutho.
The preacher got nothing out of the crop,
Abantu bakhona bebentshontsha konke.
for the people there had stolen it all.
Abuya tshala kube yilokho
He
futhi.
would plant another crop, and again they stole it.
Wathukuthela umfundisi.
The minister was furious.
Ngathi ngishiye ikithi ngize la ngizoshumayeza laba bantu kanti bayantshontsha bathatha konke nginakho.
Saying, I've left my country, I've sacrificed so much to come here, and all that I plant, they steal.
Waphatheka kabi, wahlangana nabo wabathethisa, wabathatha ngolaka.
Greatly embittered, he spoke to them with much anger.
Wathi ngashiya ikithi ngenzela nina ngithi ngisiza nina kanti manje sengitshontsha konke engikutshalile.
He said, I've left my country for you people, and now you've stolen all that I've planted.
Upineapple awungatholo wodwa.
He said, I haven't harvested a single pineapple.
Ungakavuthwa kahle uyantshontsha.
And before it's fully ripened, you steal it.
Bathi mfundisi
They said, Preacher,
awukholiwe
you're not a Christian,
ngoba usathukuthela.
because you still get angry.
Umuntu okholwayo
They said,
kathukutheli.
a Christian does not lose his temper.
Akhohle.
Well,
Uthi uyakhuluma bamlaleli bathi akholiwe unolaka uyathukuthela uyasithethisa.
that stunned him, hearing that having lost his temper with them, they said he's not a real Christian.
Aze acabanga ukuthi ngizokwenza njani noma ngiphindele kithi eHolandi
He didn't know what to do. Should he just return back home to his country?
ngoba laba bantu bakhomkekile
These people are so hard.
bayeba.
They steal, he said.
Kuthi-ke ngelinye ilanga uNkulunkulu wakhuluma naye.
But one day the Lord spoke to him,
uNkulunkulu wathi
saying,
ngitshele sibani bani
Tell me.
usoyinikele kimi ngokupheleleyo na?
you say, are you fully surrendered to me?
Uyakhala uma bentshontsha upineapple wakho bentshontsha izinto oyitshalile kodwa wena usunikele ngakho konke kimi.
You complain and you get upset with the people who steal your pineapples, but tell me, have you surrendered everything to me?
uNkulunkulu wakhuluma naye ngendlela ejulile.
God spoke to him in a very personal, deep way.
Wathi Nkosi ngishilo ikhaya
He
lakithi
said, Lord, I've left my country.
ngafika kulesi
I've come here to
sizwe
this nation, to this tribe,
sazi into eyodwa nje ukuntshontsha.
and all they know is stealing.
Noma ngithi hey kuyisono mutsani ababoni isono sabo.
And even if I tell them it's wrong, it's sinful.
Baboni isono sami but uwe onolaka awukholiwe kahle.
And I tell them it's sinful to steal. But they don't listen to me, Lord. They tell me that I'm not a real Christian because of my temper.
Why uNkulunkulu wakhuluma naye
The Lord spoke to him,
emshuka ngokomoya
convicting him
ukuthi wena ukayinikeli
He
ngokupheleleyo.
said, but it's you. You
Yebo
haven't
ushiyile kini.
fully surrendered to me. Yes, you left your
Yebo
country.
uyadela, uyazidela.
Yes, you
Kodwa
sacrificed.
awukayinikeli ngokupheleleyo.
You've sacrificed much, but you haven't fully surrendered to me.
Upineapple
The pineapple,
awukanikeli ngawo.
you've never surrendered your pineapples to me.
Uyalima,
You farm,
uyasebenza,
you work hard,
kodwa konke lokhu awukakunikeli kimi.
but you've never presented it to me.
Wathi namhlanje Nkosi nginikele kuwe konke.
And then he,
Ngisho namasimu, nengadi, no pineapple.
then he prayed and said, Lord, I now give it all to you, including the farm, the pineapples, the lot, it is yours.
Bafika abantu ebusuku
The people came at night
bantshontshe.
to steal,
Athule
and he just kept quiet now,
athi into kaNkulunkulu le
saying, this is God's thing.
akusikho kwami
It's not mine anymore.
okaNkulunkulu.
It now belongs to God.
Bafika kuye bathi mfundisi
And the people came to him and said, Preacher,
awuthukutheli ngani?
why aren't you angry anymore?
Ubulwa nathi uthukuthela kodwa manje awuthukutheli.
You were fighting us. You used to lose your temper, but now you're not.
Wathi phela ngeke ngithukuthele lo pineapple akusiwona upineapple wami, upineapple kaNkulunkulu. Konke lokhu engitshalayo akusikho kwami, okaNkulunkulu. Ngenzela yena.
He said, well, how can I get angry anymore because the pineapples are no longer mine? I've given it to the Lord. It belongs to him.
Uma nintshontsha upineapple,
And if you steal,
nintshontsha upineapple wami,
they are not mine.
nintshontsha upineapple kaNkulunkulu.
You'll be stealing it from God.
Hawu, bethuka abantu.
They were shocked.
Emva kwalokho
After that,
baqhubeka ngokweba,
they continued with stealing,
kodwa ingane zabo zakula.
but their children became ill.
Nabo bagula,
They themselves got sick.
kwaqhuma izifo phakathi kwabantu.
Disease broke out in that tribe.
Abanye bafa.
Some of them died.
Base bethi,
And then they said,
uthi akudalwa yilento ngoba sitshontsha upineapple kaNkulunkulu.
perhaps this is caused by the fact that we've stolen God's pineapples.
Amakhosikazi,
The women,
omakhothi,
the wives,
abasatholi ingane,
they were becoming barren,
befuna ingane bengatholi ingane.
wanting children but not able to.
Bayaya
They went
ey'nyangeni
to the witch doctors
befuna umuthi,
seeking
kodwa umuthi ungasebenzi.
potions, but it never worked.
Baze basuke
And so they went
baye enduneni
to their headman
bathi nazi izifo
and said to him, look, here are the
zidalwa
sicknesses
umfundisi, zidalwa umfundisi,
caused by the preacher.
ngoba yena uthi akusikho kwakho kaNkulunkulu.
Because he has said that these things are not his anymore, they're God's.
Bathi abantu kodwa lo nkulunkulu wenu unjani noma sifika kumnyama bhuqe, ebusuku sithi akekho sibonayo, kanti unkulunkulu wakho uyabona.
And they said, what type of God is this that you have? We come in the dark of night to steal, but your God can see us.
Kwahamba kwaphela nya ukweba.
And after some time, the stealing came to a complete end.
Abantshontshanga no-pineapple
They stopped
kodwa.
stealing pineapples completely.
Ukweba kwaphela nya.
Their thieving came to an end.
Bethi awukwazi ukuyithatha into kaNkulunkulu ngale ngokweba.
They said, we cannot steal things from God.
Angazi-ke nina zihlobo zami senayinikela yini kuNkulunkulu ngokupheleleyo na?
I wonder, you, dear friends, have you fully surrendered your life to the Lord?
Hayi uthi nje ngomlomo.
Not
kodwa
just a verbal-
uyinikele kuye ngokupheleleyo.
Not just a verbal recipe that you speak, but a complete, utter giving of yourself to the Lord.
Wanikela kuNkulunkulu.
That
Wathi
man,
akusekho kwami, akusikho kwami, sekungokaNkulunkulu. Konke enginakho senginikele ngakho kuNkulunkulu.
that missionary had said, Lord, I no longer hold these things as my own. They all belong to you. I surrender it all to you.
Kukhona umhlophe, umqambi weSalvation,
There is the
William Booth.
William Booth was the founder of the Salvation Army.
Esegugile bafika omunye wafika kuye wathi baba
When he was old,
yini uNkulunkulu akubusise kangaka.
when he was old and frail, a certain person came to him and said, Sir, why is it that your ministry has got such blessing?
Wathi ukuze ngibusiseke ngathatha konke kwami ngakunikele kuJesu.
He said, well, I took everything that is mine and I gave it all to Jesus.
Kanti indodakazi kaWilliam Booth useduzana uyezwa akushoyo
Now,
uyise.
the daughter of William Booth sat close by and heard what her father said.
Wathi yebo ngiyezwa
She said
ubaba
to the person,
akushilo.
she said to the person, I know what my father has said. I heard it.
Ukuthi wayinikela
That is,
ngokupheleleyo.
he said that he gave all
Wathatha konke wakunika
and
kuNkulunkulu.
surrendered it all to the Lord.
Wathi kodwa kukhona engifuna ukwenezela kulokho.
But she said, I want to add something to that.
Konke lokhu baba anikele kuNkulunkulu. Akaze asuke akubuyi akuthathe futhi.
All that he surrendered to the Lord, he never ever went and reclaimed it.
uLuthela
Martin Luther,
wathi
he said
ngesiJalimane,
in German,
gegeben,
given,
if you as jy iets gee,
uma unigela,
gegeben, genommen, in die Hölle gekommen.
uma uthathe futhi, ubuyisa kuwe, uzogcina usesihogweni.
Uma uthatha into owayinika omunye bese ubuye uyithathe uyangena phakathi esihogweni.
He said,
Thela khalakadela
you
khona.
give and you take back, it's the recipe for hell.
Indodakazi yathi cha imfihlakalo kababa ile lokho akunikele kuNkulunkulu akaze akuthathe futhi
The daughter
wakushiyela kuNkulunkulu njalo.
of William Booth said, my father's secret is when he surrendered, he never ever took it back, right to the end.
Amabhaskiti amabili, elinye lihle, elinye libi.
Now, two baskets, one good, one bad.
Manje nginombuzo sihlobo zami.
I ask you, dear friends,
Nina senanikela ngakho konke kuNkulunkulu.
have you surrendered all to the Lord?
Konke sekuyikho kaNkulunkulu.
Is all of that which you have God's?
Noma namnika
What did you give?
nabuye nakuthatha futhi.
And then you took some back.
Utha usho noma ucula thatha konke. Thatha konke nginoJesu. Konke kunye indiva nje.
Maybe you sing, I surrender all to Jesus, and everything else I count as naught.
But you take it again.
Kodwa ubuye uthathe.
Then you're ready for hell.
Usuzongena esikhokweni.
Impilo zenu senanikela yini konke kuJesu.
Are your lives fully the possession of Jesus?
Imoto yakho,
Your car,
inqola yakho,
your
impahla zakho,
property,
ingane zakho,
your children.
usunikele ngazo zonke kuNkulunkulu.
Have you given it all to the Lord
Bese ukushiyele kuNkulunkulu.
and left it with Him?
Khumbula uma uthatha into uyinike uNkulunkulu bese ubuye uyithathe ulisela uyantshontsha.
Remember that if you take back what you have surrendered, you are a thief. You are stealing.
Even if you've given it to God.
Noma wanikela ngakho kuNkulunkulu.
Here ek gee dit vir u.
Nkosi,
Neem my lewe.
Thatha.
Alles wat ek het.
Tata impilo yami nakho konke nginakho.
En as u dit terugneem,
Kodwa uma ubuye uthathe,
as u vergeet dat u dit vir die Here gegee het,
ngoba wakhohlwa ukuthi wanikela ngakho kuNkulunkulu,
dan is u ryp vir die hel.
usuzongena esikhokweni.
So vuthela isigo.